Hello everyone, this is Mark again. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change out the Wi-Fi Bluetooth card in this Dell Inspiron desktop computer. The issue is that this has an old 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi card in it, and now that I've upgraded the fiber, that only gets me about 60 Mbps per second speeds with that Wi-Fi card in it. So I want to upgrade and take advantage of the higher speed fiber internet that I've got. And I actually did this same operation on my computer, my Dell. And this is for a friend. I'm going to do the same thing to her computer as well here. So same process, but she's got the same model that I have. So this will apply. But anyway, there are USB Wi-Fi adapters that you can put in and buy as well. But since this computer only has 6 USB slots on it and that 4 are being used, I didn't, and she doesn't want to have 2 of these taken up. So I'm just going to go ahead and then replace the internal Wi-Fi card, and that'll free up these 2 slots on the front uh, for future use with anything else. So anyway, if you're new to doing this kind of thing, I would suggest 2 things before you get started. Number one is certainly do the research and find out what kind of Wi-Fi card you currently have in the computer. And I can show you how to do that in a few minutes if you're not familiar with this. But I bought this Intel Wi-Fi 6E Wi-Fi Bluetooth card, and I bought this on Amazon for about $18. The USB ones that you just plug in, those cost a little bit more money, but again, I decided to go ahead and do the internal thing here because I wanted to keep these USB slots free and open. The other thing I would suggest you do is whatever Wi-Fi card you buy to upgrade with, I would suggest you go to the website, in this case Intel, and download the driver, because if for some reason Windows doesn't pick up that driver automatically, then you will not have Wi-Fi on this computer, and you'll either have to use another computer and download the driver and then transfer it to this computer and then install it. But the easiest way is just, again, you go to the website, pre-install it. And the reason I want you to find out what kind of Wi-Fi card's currently in the computer is because these little Wi-Fi cards have different, they call them key patterns on them. And I'll get this out of here if I can. But just to show you this little gold piece up here, you see it has little gaps in it, and that's called the key pattern. I guess it's kind of similar to a piano keyboard, but that's why they call it a key pattern. But again, these are different for different computers. So when I did mine, I made the mistake of not checking that, and I bought a Wi-Fi card that would not fit in my slot. So I had to go back and reorder this one from again Amazon by Intel, and get the correct one that would fit in my slot. So now that I have that knowledge and experience, I can not go through that miserable step with her. But anyway, in a minute, I'm going to show you how to go in and look and find out what kind of Wi-Fi card you have currently. And then once you find that out, you can go online and look for a picture of it, and again, find out what this key pattern is on your Wi-Fi Bluetooth card, and go from there. So with that, I'm going to take a break and come back in a second and show you how to find out what kind of Wi-Fi Bluetooth card you have in your computer. Okay, so I'm in here in the control panel settings, and this is again a laptop computer, and I'm just going to show you this real quickly. So if you're new to doing this type of thing, you can find out what type of Wi-Fi card you have in a computer. And again, you can come down here and type in device manager as well. But I'm just going to show you how to get to it through the control panel. Pull that up. I'm going to come to hardware and sound. And then you can see up here is device manager. I'm going to click on that. Maximize this. Then come to network adapters down here. Click on this little arrow, and you can see that I've got an Intel AC9560 in this laptop. And again, that tells me what kind of Wi-Fi card I have, so I can pull that up and maybe get a picture of it and find out what the key pattern is on that, so that when I buy a new Wi-Fi card to replace that with, I will get the same key pattern and I won't make that same mistake I did previously. So again, you might want to again be familiar with how to do that. So anyway, that's it. With that, we'll get back to the Dell. Okay, so I'm ready to go ahead and open up this Dell desktop computer, and basically what I'm going to do is there are two Phillips head screws right here, 1 and 2, and basically I'm just going to take these two out and then open this computer up so that I can access the Wi-Fi card. But anyway, we'll just remove those two screws and set them aside. And then I'm going to grab this little handle right here and just pull back, and this side piece will pop off. I'll set that aside. And now that I've got that part off, what I've got to do is there's these 3 prongs on the side here, and we're just going to loosen those and pop that out and take the face of this desktop off. And again, that just pops off. I'll set that aside as well. And lastly, this piece here just slides open to where you can gain access to the inside of the computer, and the Wi-Fi card sits right here, and you can tell because it has the black and white antenna wires that extend from it. So this is it, and it's got this little plastic cover on it, and I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit closer. Not every computer may have this type of thing on it, but this particular one does have this little plastic cover on it, and there's one screw right here in the middle of that plastic cover. It comes out, and it's a small, tiny Phillips head screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that screw out, and I'm going to try and do this left-handed, which I'm not left-handed, so it might take me a second, but not quite all the way out yet. There she goes. And once that screw is loose, I'm just going to grab it real quick so it doesn't fall down and I lose it. But this Wi-Fi card will just pop right out. And now I'm going to grab this tiny screw out of this plastic cover. Oops, there it went. I dropped it for sure. Again, because I'm doing this left-handed, but I'm going to remove this plastic cover and set it aside. And you can see this Wi-Fi card. Again, I'm going to try and zoom just a tiny bit more in here. But these black and white wires that go to the antenna, they just snap into 2 little prongs here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a guitar pick. And again, this is kind of awkward the way I'm having to do this to get a good camera angle. But I'm just going to wedge this guitar pick underneath the little antenna clips and just pop them up. There goes the black one. And there goes the white one. And again, this is the old 2.4 And you can see the key pattern here. And again, this is the new one that I'm going to be installing, and you can see that the key patterns match. This one's a little bit wider, and but the key patterns match, so this should fit right perfectly inside that little bay right there. So I'm going to go ahead and try and find that little tiny screw that fell out, and once I do that, I'll get back to installing the new card and show you how to do that. Okay, so I've got this computer laid on the side to try and get a little bit better angle and vantage point on how to install this new Wi-Fi card. But real quickly, I'm going to show you and try and zoom in as best I can that these two little, it's like snaps basically, they're just little snaps. But on this particular Wi-Fi card, they're clearly marked. The black goes towards the screw hole and the white is on the outside, so you know exactly which wire to plug into which snap. But I did notice that on the original Wi-Fi card that these were not marked. They were not clearly marked. So if you buy a replacement Wi-Fi card and it's not clearly marked as such, you might want to just replicate how it was on the original card, and then hopefully that would work. But again, thank goodness these are marked. So this is going to be pretty difficult to show. The next piece is I'm going to just plug the wires into these little snaps. And this is going to be pretty difficult to show on screen, but I'm going to go ahead and try and do the black one since it's on the inside first. And I'm going to try and get a good angle here to where you can kind of see what I'm doing. But again, the end of this wire is kind of flat and it's just got a snap on the end. And I'm going to put it just flush over that little snap and just use my fingernail and try and pop it in. And that one is in, the black one. And then I'm going to do the white one. And again, I apologize, but I'm going to try and get as best an angle I can, and then I'm going to snap this white one into place, and there it went. It's pretty simple, just kind of delicate and tiny. But now that those are popped into place, I'm going to go ahead and grab this plastic cover, and it's not really necessary that you have this, I guess, but since I've got one here, it just kind of protects these antenna wires. And I'm just going to slip this over the top so where the it lines up with that half crescent screw hole there. And then I'm going to take this and just plug this into this bay. And before I do that, I'll just show you again where the bay is, right down here. And this should slide right in. Like so. And then I'm going to hold it down. And again, I apologize, this is a really bad angle for this. But I'm going to let that sit while I get this tiny screw. And helps to have a magnetized screwdriver here. I'm going to hold these wires back. And then put that screw in that hole and then screw it down tight. And then just give it a little tug and make sure everything's in there tight. And now the Wi-Fi card is in place. So again, right here. And as simple as that. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close this back up. And again, this piece just pops down. I'm going to go ahead and stand this up. And I'm going to reinstall this face plate. Let's pull this back up. Pan out a little bit here. And this face plate has these prongs on the right side as I'm looking at it, and they go in these holes here. So we'll just pop that in there. And then we'll come on this side and make sure all these prongs slide back into place. And they do, everything's good there. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay this down and take this side panel. Work it all the way up. Get it to where it slides in nice and flush. I'm going to lift this up, make sure the screw holes are lined up, which they are. And we'll take these two Phillips screws and I'll just install them first by hand. And again, I'm not left-handed, I'm doing this left-handed, so I apologize for being slow. But we got the one screw that goes in there. And the one screw down at the bottom. And then we'll just go ahead and tighten these screws. And now everything's back together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this desktop back up and plug it into the monitor and reattach everything, the power source, all that type of thing. And go ahead and do a speed test and see what kind of internet speeds I get and make sure everything is working good. But that's the bulk of the operation there. So we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, so I've got this Dell computer all back together again, and actually the Windows did pick up the Wi-Fi card on this, so I did not have to do anything with the downloaded driver that I had done. So that's good news. But basically, I'm on Google right now, and I'm just going to run this internet speed test real quick. And I'm going to hit go and see what kind of speed this new card is getting. And again, it was in the 50-60 range. Oh yeah, you can see it's way better now. So here you can see the download is 372.5 Mbps and the upload is in the same ballpark. So big improvement over what the old Wi-Fi card was providing. So anyway, I hope this video was of help to you. And again, if you liked it, certainly send a few likes my way. But that is it. So we will see you next time. And thank you so much again for watching. Take care.